For the gradient blend, what we're going to try and do is go from light to dark very slowly. And since we're working on a pretty thin paper and paint just works better in layers, I'm going to start with the basic blue right out of the tube, which is lined up with this gray at the top. That blue would be all by itself here, but I'm going to use a flat brush and paint that blue across the whole strip first so that I have kind of a base coat of paint on the paper, because paint just behaves better. You'll feel it move a little bit more smoothly across a painted surface than a surface that is just paper. And it also, the paint will dry much faster on the first coat than on the second and third coat. As we paint the semester, I'm going to insist that you try to have at least 3 layers of paint. We need 5. We need 5 layers of paint to have some nice, rich colors and voluminous looking sort of paintings. And since this is cheap paper right now, it's bubbling up under us a little bit. But as it dries, it will flatten out again. I like my cheap hair dryer to help expedite the drying process. If the paint is still a little wet as you paint on top of it, the top layers kind of blend into it. So this blue matches here. That's the only place that I'm going to want to see that kind of blue. And all of the space over here is going to gradually get lighter to the super light blue, and this space over here will get darker. That's going to go a lot easier, so I'm going to start with that. I already have some of that paint in my palette still, so I'm just going to grab right from it. Paint that super dark blue. And that's going to blend into the next blue, which is straight out of the tube here. And you can use those brushes to kind of push the paint back and forth. And then you can grab that fan brush that you have and do a little bit more blending so that it looks like it's a more slow, gradual process. And that's where we get that term gradient. So now I can start adding the other blues that I already have mixed in my palette. And even if you don't have all of them, you can probably still get them to blend into each other. I've still got black on this brush, so I want to make sure I wash that out thoroughly before I use it to go into the paint that has just blue and white in it. So I can blend those together. Use the fan brush again. And continue working. I can even probably do just straight up white on top of this end because that blue underneath might blend into it still. It is. It's showing through and kind of bleeding into the white. straight up blue. Use the fan brush again. It's drying so fast, this winter air. Oh, great. Now I got some of the white stuff over there. But paint is great because when you make a mistake, you just paint on top of it and it's gone. The mistake is gone. And blending a little better. So the first application might look okay, but then as you keep working and building up some more layers, it starts to look better and better. I do not like what the fan brush did over here. Add more white on top. From my palette again. Okay, so now I've got a nice gradient blend.